Hello there, and welcome. This is your time, your safe haven, a moment to set aside the noise of the world and step into a place of calm, quiet reflection. As you settle in, notice how the surface beneath you holds and supports you, just like the earth has held every step you've ever taken. There's nothing to do right now but rest, relax, and listen as I guide you through a story, a tale that might speak to your heart, your mind, and perhaps even the deeper part of you that knows exactly what you need. Take a deep breath in, slowly, deeply, and as you breathe out, let your body begin to soften. With each breath, imagine yourself sinking just a little deeper into comfort. Feel your shoulders relaxing, your chest rising and falling gently, and your eyes becoming heavier as they begin to close. Or perhaps, if you prefer, just letting your gaze soften as you listen. Because this story isn't just a story, it's an invitation, a journey. And as you listen, you might find that certain images, certain ideas, gently take root in your mind, like seeds carried on the wind, planting themselves in the fertile soil of your unconscious. You don't need to focus too hard. Just let the words flow, like a river winding its way to a hidden destination. And soon, you'll find yourself being drawn into the tale, carried along effortlessly, as though the story itself has been waiting for you. Once upon a time, in a quiet valley nestled between two towering mountains, there lived a small, timid bird named Luma. Now, Luma wasn't just any bird. She was a nightingale, with feathers as soft as moonlight, and a voice that could make the stars themselves pause to listen. But Luma didn't sing. Not anymore. You see, once, long ago, Luma had flown high above the valley, her song filling the air with beauty. She sang of joy, of sorrow, of life's mysteries and wonders. Her melodies were a gift to the world, and all who heard her were moved. But one day, a great storm swept through the valley. The winds howled, the rain lashed, and Luma was caught in the chaos. She barely made it back to her nest, her wings battered and her spirit shaken. After that, Luma grew quiet. She stayed close to the ground, hiding in the shadows of the trees, where it felt safe. Her voice, once so free and full of life, became a whisper she kept to herself. And in her silence, she began to believe something. She began to believe that her song, her true self, was too fragile, too risky to share. She told herself it was better to stay hidden, to keep her heart protected. But what Luma didn't know was that something was stirring in the valley, something that would change everything. One evening, as the sun dipped low and painted the sky in hues of gold and violet, a stranger arrived in the valley. He was a fox, sleek and silver, with eyes that gleamed like distant stars. His name was Silas, and he carried an air of quiet mystery, as though he had seen many things and traveled many paths. Silas wasn't like the other creatures in the valley. He didn't stay on the well-trodden trails or follow the rules of caution. Instead, he wandered freely, climbing the steep cliffs, wading into the rushing rivers, and even venturing into the dark caves that others avoided. He seemed unafraid, and his presence intrigued the valley's inhabitants, especially Luma. From her perch high in the trees, Luma watched Silas with curiosity and caution. He was bold, confident, and vulnerable. Yes, vulnerable. Though the fox moved with a kind of graceful strength, there was something about him that felt open, exposed, as though he carried no armor to shield himself from the world. And yet, he thrived. He seemed to connect deeply with everyone he met, from the timid rabbits to the gruff old badgers. They opened up to him, sharing their stories, their fears, their dreams. One day, as Luma observed him from afar, she wondered aloud, how does he do it? How does he move through the world so freely, without hiding, without fear? A soft rustling startled her, and she realized Silas was standing below her tree, looking up with those bright, knowing eyes. Perhaps, he said, it's because I've learned that hiding doesn't make us safer. It only makes us smaller. Luma's heart skipped. Smaller? She echoed. Silas nodded. When we hide who we are, when we bury our true selves, we shrink our world. We build walls to keep pain out, but those same walls keep love and connection out too. Vulnerability isn't weakness, little bird. It's the courage to stand in the open and say, here I am. And when we do that, we find something surprising. We find that the very thing we were afraid of, the thing we thought would break us, was actually the key to our strength. Luma tilted her head, unsure what to say. But what if being vulnerable leads to pain? What if I open myself up and someone hurts me? Silas smiled gently. But what if it leads to healing? What if it leads to love, to connection, to freedom? Pain is a part of life, yes. But so is joy, so is growth. And when we let ourselves be seen, truly seen, we invite the kind of connection that heals, that transforms. Vulnerability isn't the absence of strength, Luma. It's the deepest kind of strength. As the days passed, Silas's words lingered in Luma's mind, like a melody she couldn't quite forget. She began to notice things she hadn't seen before. She noticed how the trees bent with the wind, but didn't break. She noticed how the river carved its way through the valley, not by resisting the stones in its path, but by flowing around them, embracing them. She noticed how the sky opened after a storm, its clouds breaking apart to reveal a deeper, more vivid blue. And slowly, something began to shift within her. It was small at first, a whisper of a feeling, like the first light of dawn. But it grew. She found herself longing to sing again, to let her voice rise and fall, to share her heart with the world once more. But the fear was still there, whispering its warnings. One night, as the stars shimmered above, Silas approached her tree again. Do you know the story of the phoenix? He asked. Luma shook her head. The phoenix is a bird of fire and light, Silas began, and every so often it burns itself to ash, only to be reborn, stronger and more radiant than before. The fire isn't its end, it's its transformation, and perhaps you too are ready to rise from the ashes of your fear. Perhaps your song, once so beautiful, is ready to become something even greater. And so, with Silas's encouragement, Luma decided to try. It wasn't easy. The first time she opened her beak to sing, her voice wavered, and she stopped, her fear rushing back. But Silas didn't let her give up. He reminded her that vulnerability wasn't about being perfect. It was about being real, being honest, being brave. Little by little, Luma's voice grew stronger. She began to sing again, not just for herself, but for the valley, for the creatures who had missed her song. And as she did, something incredible happened. The valley came alive in a way it hadn't before. flowers bloomed brighter, streams sparkled more vividly, and the creatures of the valley began to open up to one another, sharing their own stories, their own truths, inspired by Luma's courage. Luma realized then that her vulnerability wasn't a weakness. It was a gift, a bridge that connected her to others, that allowed her to heal and help others heal. And in sharing her song, she discovered a strength she hadn't known she had, a strength that came from being her truest self. As you listen to the story, you might begin to wonder where the Luma within you is waiting to sing again. Perhaps there's a part of you that's ready to step into the light, to be seen, to connect, to grow. And perhaps, as you rest here now, you can feel that soft, warm glow of courage rising within you, like the first rays of morning sun. Let that courage guide you. Let it remind you that vulnerability isn't your weakness. It's your strength. It's your power. It's your gift to the world. Rest now. Let these ideas settle deeply within you, like seeds ready to bloom. And when you wake, you might find that you carry a little more light, a little more courage, a little more connection with the world around you. As you settle into your space, I invite you to let the day fade away, to let all the moments, all the thoughts, and all the stories drift gently to the background. Dream that you can feel the surface beneath you, holding you, supporting you completely. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, feel your body begin to soften. That's it, just like that. Now, notice the rhythm of your breath, flowing naturally, effortlessly. There's nothing you need to do right now. There's nowhere else to be but here, resting, relaxing, letting go. And with each breath, you can feel yourself becoming a little more at ease. Inhaling calm, exhaling any tension, inhaling peace, exhaling anything you no longer need. Let your body begin to settle, to sink a little deeper into comfort as you listen to my voice guiding you. And as you settle further, I'd like you to turn your attention to the top of your head, noticing any sensation there. Dream of a soft, warm wave of relaxation beginning at your scalp. It's gentle and soothing, like the warmth of sunlight on a peaceful morning. Feel that wave flow slowly over your forehead, smoothing away any tension, softening the space between your eyebrows. Let it travel down to your temples, releasing and relaxing every tiny muscle. There. And now it moves to your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. If there's any tightness in your jaw, just let it melt away. Allow your mouth to rest easily, your tongue to relax completely. This gentle wave of relaxation continues, flowing down your neck and into your shoulders. Let your shoulders feel loose, heavy, completely at ease. You might even feel them sink a little deeper, as though they're letting go of the weight of the day. Feel that soothing wave traveling down your arms now, relaxing your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, and finally your hands, all the way to the tips of your fingers. Your arms feel so heavy, so soft, so completely at ease. And now the relaxation flows into your chest. Feel your chest rise and fall so gently with each breath. Let that wave soothe your heart, calming it, softening it, wrapping it in a sense of peace and comfort. Let it move into your back now, softening the muscles along your spine, releasing any tension, any tightness. Your back feels warm, heavy, and completely supported. The relaxation flows into your abdomen, your hips, your thighs, down to your knees, into your calves, all the way to your feet. Notice how soft and heavy your legs feel, as if they are sinking deeply into the surface beneath you. Your entire body is now resting in this beautiful wave of relaxation. Every muscle, every fiber, every cell of your being is at ease, and you can feel yourself drifting a little deeper, a little further into comfort with every breath. Now, as you rest here, deeply relaxed, I want to remind you of something important, something you already know deep inside. Vulnerability is not a weakness. It is, in fact, one of your greatest strengths. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you open the door to deeper connections with others. You create space for understanding, for trust, for love. And in doing so, you grow stronger, not just in your relationships, but within yourself. Being vulnerable is an act of courage. It's an invitation for healing, both for yourself and for others. It's a bridge that brings people closer together, allowing for honesty, compassion, and authenticity. And as you reflect on that truth, I want you to imagine yourself standing in a safe and beautiful place. Perhaps it's a meadow, a quiet forest, or a sunlit room. Wherever you are, it feels peaceful, comforting, and safe. Now, imagine that you are surrounded by a warm, golden light. This light represents your inner strength, the strength that comes from embracing your vulnerability. Feel it wrapping around you like a gentle hug, protecting you, supporting you, and reminding you of your courage. And as you stand in this light, you begin to notice how much lighter you feel. It's as though the walls you've built around your heart, those walls you thought were keeping you safe, are beginning to soften. Those walls aren't needed here, because here, in this safe and sacred space, you are free to be exactly who you are. And as those walls dissolve, you can feel your heart expanding. You can feel it opening to the beauty of connection, the beauty of love, the beauty of being truly seen and understood. You may even notice a sense of peace washing over you, a sense that everything is okay, that everything will always be okay, because you are strong, you are courageous, you are enough, exactly as you are. And as you rest here, bathed in this golden light of inner strength, you allow yourself to release any lingering doubts, any fears, any worries. They simply fade away like mist under the morning sun. You are whole. You are safe. You are deeply connected to yourself and to those around you. And as you embrace this truth, you feel an even deeper sense of relaxation washing over you, carrying you into a space of profound peace and stillness. As you drift towards sleep, I'll leave you with these affirmations to carry with you into your dreams. I am strong in my vulnerability. I am worthy of deep, loving connections. I rest in peace. I allow myself to sleep deeply and wake refreshed. I am safe. I am whole. I am enough. Let these affirmations gently guide your dreams tonight, filling them with peace, warmth, and beauty. You can allow yourself to drift into the deepest, most restful sleep. Let your body, your mind, and your spirit rest completely. As you sleep tonight, your mind will be free to dream of calm, beautiful, things, your body will restore itself, and you'll awaken in the morning feeling refreshed, renewed, and at peace. For now, simply let go, surrendering completely to this moment, surrendering completely to sleep. Good night and sweet dreams.